Hi everyone, let's jump into it. We're going to be investigating the topic of curves in visual art. So when you start to throw curves into the mix, it starts to get a little bit more complicated. This is another image by Henri Cartier-Bresson. Again, he's a few steps ahead of everyone here. A second earlier or a second later, this silhouetted cyclist would have blended into the black railing, I think, or, gone around the corner. Now, what I want you to consider here is where are all the curves in the image? See if you can identify all the curves. Now, this is the same photograph flipped vertically. And I've done this just so you can look more intently at the curved lines within the image. You won't sort of notice the content as much. You won't identify the subject so much. We're just looking at the curved lines and how they are composed and presented within the photographic image. So these are the ones that stick out to me with my very bad photoshopping skills here. There's something about a curved line which helps to activate a composition, helps to give it a sense of life, a sense of rhythm and movement within the frame. It creates a very dynamic frame. This is another Henri Cartier-Bresson, and I'm showing you him in particular because he would use this time and time again in his images. He was very much influenced by painting as well. And you can sort of see this, very influenced by Manet, who, painters used to have a technique where they would have a big canvas stretched out and they would attach their paintbrush to a piece of string held in place by a nail to create what was essentially a compass that allowed them to swing their brush strokes and then go. And that's the same thing that Cartier-Bresson is doing in this photograph. It's just a series of compass sweeps, which provides a strong sense of movement to an otherwise static frame. And Cartier-Bresson has such a consistent body of work, which demonstrates this technique. If you look at his amazing body of work, you see him building up these idioms over time. The content is almost irrelevant here. It just so happens to be some ballet dancers and an orchestra pit. It could be anything at all. He's just playing these formal design games over and over again. This is Ansel Adams. And in this photograph, see if you can notice where the curved lines are. Okay, so he's doing the same thing. It's just a series of compass sweeps which provides a strong sense of movement to an otherwise static frame. This is a painting, similar kind of image to the Ansel Adams image. But again, do you see that compass sweep? It kind of leads our eye, steers us through the image to create this kind of leading line, which sends our, which casts our kind of perception through the image. Okay, so see if you can identify this in artworks that you like. See if you can, more importantly, apply this to your own work. When you introduce curves into your work, it starts to get a little bit more complicated, a little bit more dynamic, and you'll start to see your images getting better. So looking forward to seeing this in your own work.